Today's video is brought to us by Aventon. Aventon makes durable, dependable, high-performing e-mobility products that thrill and delight riders over and over again. Aventon manufactures all of their own components versus other competitors who assemble piece by piece from different manufacturers, and Aventon's frames are built to be compatible with most standard bike accessories. It's a superior product at an accessible price point. There's a wide range of models, and Aventon owns and oversees the design and manufacture process from soup to nuts. Now, I love my Aventon e-bike, and my kids do as well. They constantly keep taking it from me. But if you're interested in your own Aventon e-bike, they're running a special right now for the month of October of 2022. If you buy 2 e-bikes, they'll give you $250 off using the code here on the screen, buy 2, save $250. You can use my link down below to learn more, and as a side note, Aventon is the only e-bike manufacturer that offers discounts for first responders and our military. Thanks to Aventon for sponsoring the video, and let's get into today's topic.
We don't need guns on our streets. We don't need people carrying guns in our subways. We don't need people carrying guns in our schools. We don't need people carrying guns in our places of worship. We don't need them carrying them into bars or restaurants. Because that'll only make people less safe. This whole concept that a good guy with a gun will stop the bad guys with a gun, it doesn't hold up.
The gun controllers, specifically Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, they have some more issues related to their Concealed Carry Improvement Act, their anti-gun, Anti-2A, anti-freedom law that they passed when they turned their nose up at the United States Supreme Court. They have more things to worry about than just the temporary restraining order that GOA secured this week in court. She now has at least half a dozen sheriffs who have stood up and said, we're not going to enforce this. It's a violation of people's rights. And that, my friends, no matter what you think about law enforcement in general, that is going to be key to the victory, not only here in New York, but across the country, to have people who have taken an oath to protect and to defend the Constitution of the United States, to have them step up and stand with us is key if we're going to make some big strides here. So, like I said, at least six sheriffs have stepped up. I'm going to give you some quotes from a couple of them. But the call to action for this is if you live in New York State, you should be calling your sheriff and putting pressure on them. If they haven't stepped out against this, why not? And then you know what you need to do from there. This is Sheriff Milby, who is the new sheriff of Wayne County. And when asked about the temporary restraining order that has been placed on a lot of the sensitive places, they've been basically stopped from enforcing this and implementing it. Sheriff said this: it's basically everywhere. If anyone thinks we're going to go out and take a proactive stance against this, that's not going to happen. Meaning, he's not going to say that the courts were wrong. He thinks that they're right. Another sheriff who stepped out and said he won't enforce this is Sheriff Richard Giardino. He's from Fulton County, which is northwest of Albany. He said this: I have to enforce it because I swore to uphold the laws, but I can use as much discretion as I want. If someone intentionally flouts the law, then they're going to be handled one way. But if somebody was unaware that the rules have been changed, then we're not going to charge someone with a felony because they went into their barbershop with their carry concealed. Sheriff Mike Filicetti from Niagara County, New York, he said, we will take the complaint, but it will go to the bottom of my stack. There will be no arrests made without my authorization, and it is a very, very low priority for me. Of course, speaking about arresting people for utilizing their Second Amendment in their country like a free man should. Other sheriffs who have come out against this: Sheriff Jeff Smith of Montgomery County, the sheriffs in Greene County, Erie County, and even the New York State Sheriff's Association, which has called the law a thoughtless, reactionary action that aims to restrain and punish law-abiding citizens. Going back to Sheriff Giardino from Fulton County, yesterday he said this, related to the CCIA. It unfairly targets law-abiding citizens who previously could carry concealed and could go into a store in a restaurant. And then on September 1st, all of a sudden, they could be charged with a felony. We're going to use our discretion to not go on complaints that say, oh, my neighbor has a bulge in his side, we think he's got a gun and he's in a store. We're more concerned with the criminals who are killing people and injuring people every day on the streets. They set this up, referring to Governor Hochul and her cronies. On July 1st, they signed a new law without any hearings, without any input. So some good news. We have some folks in law enforcement who have stepped up, and they're standing in front of the governor saying, we're not enforcing this BS, which is good on them. You got to give credit where credit is due. And I think we need more of that. That discretion in law enforcement is a huge tool to get to where we need a lot more law enforcement in this country to go. And you know how things go with human beings. When the going gets tough, it just takes a couple people to stand before a lot of others fall and get in line to assist as well and do the right thing. Is this the start of it? I don't know. Let me know what you think down below, but I'll tell you what, for these 6 or so sheriffs who have stepped up to tell the governor, we're not doing it, that takes stones, and it's the right thing to do, and good on them for doing it. Guys and gals, this information needs to get out, especially for people in New York. You can help me by sharing the video, liking it so more people in this algorithm get to see it. But more importantly, if you live in New York, call your sheriffs and ask where they stand on this. And if they don't stand with us, then tell them they stand against us, and they'll be replaced. Time's coming, y'all. Time is coming. I appreciate each and every single one of you more than you know. I really appreciate the opportunity to bring you the news every single day. If you want the news on the Second Amendment, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button down below. Because as this channel grows, so does the voice of the Second Amendment. And I can't do it without y'all. Thank you for your time, y'all. Be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. Because that's what it's for, and that's what we will do with it. Take care.